Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I want to share with you 12 luxury handbags that I fell in love with at first sight and how I feel about them today. Now, I first came across this video on Steph's channel on the Handbag Holic, and I will link Steph's channel down below in the description box. And number one is a bag that I no longer have. That is probably not the best start and probably not the best sign. But this was a Chanel mini bag in the coral and aquamarine blue type colour with chains running through it, and it was a tweed bag. I can still remember buying this bag. I was in Chanel in Dublin with Bestie. We walked in and this bag was sitting and I didn't even think twice. I made a beeline to it. I was like, yes, I have to have this. This is fabulous. I wasn't even there to be buying Chanel bags. We had went for a day into the city. We were doing a little bit of shopping, but there was no intention on buying Chanel level handbags. And Chanel tweed, this particular tweed Chanel handbag was one of the most expensive mini rectangle bags that I have bought, and I have quite a few of them, and this is one of the most expensive. And this one I loved it. I loved the bright colours, I loved the coral on it, I loved the chains through it, I loved the shade of the blue. I just thought it was fabulous. But obviously that changed a little bit because I've sold it. I no longer have it. It got to the point where I had a number of Chanel minis that filled a certain void that was for bright summer type handbags. And I have the metallic one up here. I have a Chanel sequenced one, which I will list one. And I had the tweed version. I also have the raffia one up here that you can also see. And I had this coral tweed version that we're talking about. And I kind of need to rotate those. And the coral tweed version was the one that I looked to use the least. I was on the fence because, well, basically, let's be real. If we're spending this amount of money on bags and you're on the fence, something there is not right. And in my mind, that was telling me it was time for it to go, because you shouldn't be on the fence buying £5,000 bags. No. So I decided to let it go. So how I feel about it now, I still think objectively it's beautiful. I still think it's a fabulous, stunning bag. I just didn't love it enough. And whether it was because it was blue based, not my favourite colour for bags, not exactly sure, but I just fell out of love with it enough that it wasn't really filling me with that, wow, I love you, I can't wait to use you, like this one still does. So I decided to let it go. Not a regret of a purchase. I did love it. It was a fabulous bag. It loves where it is now. It just didn't work for me, and that level of love at first sight didn't last. The honeymoon period faded off with that particular bag. Number two, I'm happy to report, is still here, and it is the mini Lady Dior in the sequenced in the jungle scene. Wow. Basically, that's what happened when I seen this bag. Wow was how it went. I was in Milan with my husband for his birthday last year. I was actually looking for the mini Lady Dior wicker in the mauvey light pink colour. He did not like that bag. When we were in Dior, the sales assistant said to me, I get the feeling you're looking for something that little bit special, that little bit different. I said, yes, that's right up my street. That's the type of bag I generally like to buy and love and enjoy. He went, cha-ching, big windows, and went out the back and said, oh, I have a bag that I think you will love. He brought a few, but this one, as soon as he set this down and this came out of its dust bag, love at first sight, absolute love at first sight. And it was this tiger. Now, I love all of it. I love all of the colours on it. I love the peacock up here. I love this pink side. But what got me was this tiger part of the scene. I just looked at that and I thought, you aren't staying in this store. You need to come home with me to Ireland, because I have just absolutely fallen for you hook, line and sinker, and I still feel the same. When I use this bag, I feel fabulous. I could wear this bag today and I have on baggy oversized jeans if I could find my pocket. I have a striped t-shirt from H&M. I have a pink blazer on, and this bag, I could still put trainers on and this bag would work. It's just fabulous. You can make it work so dressy or so casual, and this is the moment. I love this bag. The honeymoon period, the love has not faded. Number three, and she's still here also. I love her. I saw this bag on Instagram on Tamara, and I can remember the shots were in Paris. Now I don't know if Tamara actually owned the bag, if it had been gifted to her, or if she was just using it for the shots on that day, if she'd been styled to wear it. I think it was Fashion Week or something like that, and she was carrying this bag. And I immediately contacted my online essay at the time and said, I really want this. I want this magenta one with the green malachite. I think it's stunning. I think it's beautiful. And they went on a mission to get this. This was very hard to find. It took 3 months for them to get this bag. And this was the last one, I was told, in Europe. This one came from Monaco and I still love her. I have, well, let me talk a little bit more about that. I was totally blown over with this bag and loved and adored her and beautifully fell in love. It was a fast love affair. I still feel that. I still love this bag as much, but she's annoying to use. And I don't use her as much as I used to because she's fussy. When I still use her, as long as I'm smart about it, and I use her when I know I don't need in and out of said bag quickly, then I love using her. I take her as a moment and yeah, that works. And I still objectively, you are beautiful. I have not fallen out of love with you. We are still happy. But when it comes to using this bag, not the easiest. And that maybe a little tiny bit in my mind made me not just as much, maybe very slightly, but overall, yes, still love this bag. Number 4 is another bag that's no longer with me, and it is the Chanel mini reissue in the graffiti. I have talked at length about this. I have a whole video about it, so I'm not going to go into detail. She now lives with Meredith. Meredith loves and adores her. I did love this bag when I got this bag. I thought it was one of my best purchases. I talked about it being one of my best influenced purchases. I saw this bag on Fashionably Amy's channel at the time and I just wanted her. It was the graffiti. I wanted the iridescent version though. I think Amy had the gold version. I loved her. Like that. Had to have this bag. And when she first came home, that love did stay for quite some time. I really did think she was beautiful and loved using the bag. And then over time, I just fell out of love with her. This sequence down here that you can see, the Chanel one, I'll grab it. This one kind of knocked her off her perch a little bit. Now, if I'm honest, I had started to fall out of love with her a bit before this, and it wasn't just down to this one, but when this one came along, I knew then that was kind of, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. I was about to say the final nail in the coffin. That's too harsh. But I knew then that the graffiti had probably been knocked off its perch and I loved this one and I just wasn't going to use it as much. And when I took her out, I didn't feel the same about her. And that's why when I knew Meredith was trying to track this bag down. So yes, she lives with Meredith. And so yeah, definitely didn't love her at the end as much as I did at the start. Number 5. Well, okay. So the colour block bag from Chanel. I do still love this bag. You can hear a butt, can't you? I do still love this bag. I think she's cool. I think she's definitely cool. I saw this bag on Instagram on, I think it's Tin VCB. She wears a lot of colour. She is Scandinavian, I believe, beautiful girl. And she wears a lot of colour and a lot of bags that are very interesting. And that very much draws me to her style. A lot of the things she wears I couldn't pull off in everyday life. I saw this on her. I fell in love with it because it was the multicoloured denim. I think it's denim. And I tracked it down. I do still love it. I don't know why I'm doing the face. I don't know if I love it as much as I did whenever I first saw it on her on Instagram. Because of the multicolour. When I still do though, when I pick her up and I wear her, she's not going anywhere. And when I pick her up and I wear her, I still think she's fab. I don't know what it is. There is something there though that's just maybe not just as much. Maybe I don't wear her right. Maybe I wear her too casually. You know, maybe I need to put more effort and style her up a bit more. I still think like that. Even with this, I think she's cool. Maybe for me, do I prefer she was very slightly longer, like about here? Would that maybe make the difference? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I do still love her, but I don't think just as much as when I first fell in love with her. Number 6, and sometimes I wonder if I'm too honest in my videos. I get myself in trouble. And it is the Louis Vuitton papillon trunk. And I know quite a few of you actually have this bag from watching this bag on my channel or seeing it on my channel. A few of you have told me that. I There we go again. Yeah. I do still love this bag, but when I first saw this bag, Bestie and I again, he's involved in a lot of my troubles and my mischief making with shopping. We're standing in Louis Vuitton in Dublin, and it's a while ago because it was the old store before the new store opened, and a girl walked past me. She had an oversized denim jacket on. She had jeans on and she had just a casual enough t-shirt on, but she had this bag slung over her back. So she was wearing it crossbody, but like this. So the bag was hanging down at her jacket on the back. And as she walked past us, both of us went phew and followed our eyes around to the bag. And it just looked so cool. The way, and talk about being influenced, the way that she was wearing the oversized denim jacket, the way the bag was hanging with the chain, I do love the way the chain hangs down. I looked at it and he looked at it and we both went, that bag is class. That has to be tracked down. And then we did track it down together whenever we were in Paris. But that moment of spinning around, it was also to do with that girl's styling and what she was wearing at that time. And that definitely played into how much I instantly fell in love with this. I still do really love her. I still think she's really cool. I still really like the shape. But if I'm honest, I maybe don't love her just as much as I did at that very moment, because just the whole styling, it was a vibe and a moment. And I've worn this bag, I think, sometimes very casually in that with jeans and a jumper, and it just doesn't carry the same vibe with that look, let's be honest. When you're in the mum zone, which I'm talking about as to how I've worn it with at times, doesn't carry the same look and therefore has notched a little bit of that complete and utter, oh, I just love you, off. Number 7, and back to happier times. Oh my goodness me. Louis Vuitton Petite Mal. I adore this bag. Mine oh dear, this gives Meredith nightmares every time I say it. You should see the scores and the scratches on mine. I don't know if this will show on camera, but oh yeah, it will. Do you see all of that? And all of that? And do you see that? It's a good job I have no intention of selling this bag. And do you see all down there? Oops, sorry. But I love her. And I take this bag out with me a lot. And the problem is, I take this bag out with me when I'm going out to party. Who said women at 43 should no longer party? Well, I do like to have a little bit of a night out. And when I'm out and having maybe the odd alcoholic beverage, she comes with me. And as a result, I have a hair on me now. As a result, I have dropped her a few times, because if you watch my channel, I like to drop luxury for some reason. But I have bounced her off the floor more than once. I dropped her once out, I remember, quite a while ago, but when I was out not that long ago, we were running across the road at the end of the night to get pizza, because what else do you do at 3 in the morning with alcoholic beverages in? You go and you get pizza. And I dropped her off the road and she bounced off the road and I did a lot of this damage. But they are beauty marks because it tells a tale. This bag has done so much with me. I absolutely love her. And this is one of those bags. When I first saw this bag, I remember being with my husband and we saw this bag and I said to him, I really want that. It's like a mini trunk. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And he said to me at the time, well, why don't you get it? And then we found out the price. And I think at the time it was about £3,000-ish, £3,300. It's a lot more than that now, but we couldn't afford that then. And there was just no point even really considering it. And I had said to him at the time, one day I will have one of those to sit in the dressing room because it's just so cool and it's like a mini trunk. I now have an actual mini trunk, but I didn't think I would ever get a mini trunk because of the price of those. But I said at that time, I will have this. Since buying this, I bought this the first time that Bestie and I went to Paris. I love this bag even more than I ever thought I could. Yes, I loved her at first sight when I saw her, but since owning this bag, and I've said in quite a lot of videos, I don't know what, oh there's another big scratch. I don't know what took me so long to buy this bag. I thought it was going to be decor, but it's not. It's used a lot, as you can tell. And it comes a lot with me. And for some of the bags that you've kind of went, yeah, and fallen out of love with, this has went the other way. I adore this so much more than when I first saw it. This bag is never leaving me, save something particularly unforeseen, hence why I'm not too worried about this. Adore, adore, adore. Number 8, and this is the Chanel Mini in the lambskin in this raspberry colour. This is my favourite colour. I saw this bag on Isabel Style and Jewish Couture. I can't remember which one I saw the bag on first, but they both had it. And I fell in love with it on the screen there and then. This was just the colour. Chevron is my favourite for Chanel as opposed to the quilting. The colour is beautiful. The lambskin on this is beautiful. I like that the hardware is the light gold. I just love, 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 love this. And that has not faded, but it's my favourite colour. So as I love the Chanel rectangle shape as well, it works for me. But even if I wasn't wearing this, and even if it wasn't working for me to wear, it's the colour of this bag. I'm thinking about potentially letting go and selling the Cocoa Crush is this one. I also love this bag and also love the colour of this bag, but they're so similar. And I find that I use this one and don't use this one because I'm trying to look after this one and I don't want to do that. I want to use my bags and love them. And I love this one so much. So I'm thinking that because I have so many pink bags, to be honest, it is getting a bit ridiculous, that I might let this one go, but I'm undecided. But this one, I love this as much as when I first saw it. The colour just makes me happy. And I don't think it will ever change with this one. The colour is so me that I can't see the love for her ever fading. Number 9. The Chanel Mini in the tweed. I still love this. I saw this bag whenever it was released. It was released during lockdown, I think. I think this was 2020 or 2021. This is the one that has the Chanel ribbon through it that actually says Chanel on the ribbon. And this became a bit of a frenzy for this one. There was a bit of a stir. And I look at it with what I'm wearing now. I don't know why I don't wear this bag more. Because it works, look. Just really works with this really casual outfit, and the stripes with the tweed is actually really interesting with the herringbone. But for some reason I don't wear this bag. When I saw it, loved it, paid a reseller to track it down. It was not pre-loved, but I had to pay the 10% personal shopping type fee for them to get it because we were in lockdown and I wasn't going to be able to get it. And I just loved it, but don't really wear it very much. And now I've no plans to move her on or to let her go because I still love the bag. I just don't wear it very much. So I can't love it. Well, is that right? I was going to say I can't love it as much as when I first bought it. Because I do, but I don't. Because when I first bought it, I wore it. And I don't really wear it now. I will wear it again. I'm determined. But one of my least used bags, despite how beautiful she is. Number 10 is the pink Lady Dior, and again we fall to the how many pink bags we have. I don't really like this crossbody. This is the small size. It does go crossbody, not my favourite way to wear it. I don't love it like that. I prefer it just as a hand carry. I saw this when it was released and it was the hardware. Obviously I love the pink colour, but it's all of this iridescent, multicoloured, shimmery Dior hardware, which just set this bag aside for me. I had always said before I saw this bag, I'm not buying a Lady Dior bag. They're too plain for me. They're quite elegant. They're a bit boring. I'm not buying one. And now I have 2. Because what they do is they then bring out versions that are fun and speak to me. And this was one of them. And I just loved the colour, love the hardware. I still love the bag. I just don't wear this bag very much. It's one of my least used bags in my collection, I think now. I think it's still one of the bags that I haven't worn at all this year. And we're into August 2024. So yes, I still love it. I still think it's beautiful. I still love the hardware, but I don't really use it. And that's a bit of a problem at these prices. So love at first sight on the hardware and the look. Absolutely. Still love the look. But the love can't just be the same because I don't really use it that much. And that's a shame. Like, this bag's brand new. I don't want to admit to how many times I've used this bag. Nope, not doing it. Not very many, let's put it that way. And she's in perfect condition. Beautiful, but needs to be worn. Number 11, oh my goodness, this bag brings back memories, and it is the Louis Vuitton twist in the pink vernet leather in the black and white limited edition monogram hardware. I fell head over heels for this bag. I've told this story before. I think it's been a while since I talked about it. I was in Palma with my friends. We were looking in the Louis Vuitton store. One of my friends actually wanted this bag, but in black. They didn't have it in black. She had seen it first, so I left her to it, even though I loved it, but she didn't want the pink. She passed on it, she gave it to me, and I walked around the store in Palma. The Louis Vuitton store in Palma is very small. So if you can imagine a small space, and I am strutting up and down that store, preening like a peacock with my feathers out because I just loved it so much. And one of my best friends was with me and she was saying, you need to buy it. And I was saying to her, can't buy it, look at the price. I think it was about 2,200 or 2,300. This was a while ago. I didn't have as many bags, didn't spend as much money on bags at the time. I was internalizing and debating and saying I can't buy it, and she was going, you can, because you can't take it off, so you're going to have to buy it or they're going to arrest you when you walk out the door. And that was probably quite true. I just loved it so much. I preened and I stood in the mirror and I just thought I was fabulous. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Total love at first sight. Colour, black and white, different, loved all about it. Do I love it as much now? Probably not. It's very sentimental. I did think about selling it. I actually did include it in a vlog sale, and then it didn't sell right away and I chickened out, and don't plan to sell it now. I don't think. So I don't love it the same, but it's very sentimental, and I don't love it the same because I've worn it, and I did wear it quite a bit. I didn't have as many bags. The twist bag is a bag I don't really reach for anymore, and maybe that'll come back around. It's quite heavy when you wear it for a long period of time with the chains. Very sentimental, very nostalgic, but definitely not the level of when I first walked into that store and did the catwalk. And number 12, we have got to the last bag. I'm sure there's more because I'm so impulsive. I've probably loved a lot of these at first sight, but it is the Alma in the black and white malletage leather. The strap is on this for some reason. Oh yes, I was sending a photo or taking B-roll or something to show you what it's like on crossbody. I don't wear this crossbody, so the strap is coming back off. I love this bag handheld. I think that it is a real moment and a real vibe, but the Alma BB, I just don't love crossbody. I have a video reviewing the Alma and why I think it's annoying and why I don't really like it. And all of that being said, I have two. Not the smartest cookie in the box, mate. But I was in London with, I think everybody, I think it was last September when there was a crowd of us there, but I was with Deb from Wild Unfiltered. And this bag was sitting in the window of Louis Vuitton in Bond Street, like this, sitting, minding its own business. And we walked past the window and I remember stopping in my tracks and going to Deb, hey, look at that, and she was like, oh, do you love that? No, I don't like the Alma. No, I don't like the Alma, but yes, I do love that bag. I just, for somebody that doesn't like the Alma shape, I know. This one just totally caught me, and it was complete love at first sight. It's the colour, it's the black and the white, it's the malletage and the padding. I just fell in love with it, and I think it's a beautiful, beautiful bag, and I still love this bag. As I said, don't love it crossbody, but love it handheld. And you can definitely look with this, you can make this bag work casually, even though this bag looks like it would be the perfect bag for a very formal type event or a very dressy event. I generally juxtapose it a bit more than that and have worn it more casually, but I love it. I still love it. I think it's beautiful. Even though on paper this bag should not work for me because it's black and it's white, like the tweed that I don't wear, and it's an Alma BB, which I don't particularly kind of meant to love, but I love it. Yeah. So those are 12 bags in my collection that I absolutely fell in love with at first sight and what I think about them now today. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you disagree or agree with any of these, and are there any bags that you totally fell in love with and then after a while thought, what was I doing? Interesting to look back, I think. Thank you so much for watching this. If you've enjoyed it in any way, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. And if you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.